Welcome back to the channel. It is Monday morning. It is time to jump on these for the first time. I've set them up. I'm a bit nervous about getting them on them if I'm completely honest with you. I've not been good over the Christmas period. I was really good last week, Monday to Thursday, and then Friday, my daughter for her birthday decided that she wanted to have pizza, and I kind of went all out with the pizza, and then I've been quite bad all weekend, so not good. Let's find out what that starting point is, and see where we're starting this year from. At least this year, I'm starting on a much stronger footing with my cycling. Hopefully, well, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. Let's find out what it is. I can't bring myself to say the number that was on the scale, so I'm gonna write it here when I edit it in. I'm so angry, disappointed, and upset with myself that in the space of a couple of months, I have kind of thrown away a lot of the weight loss progress that I made last year. And I don't feel that I've definitely not been eating anywhere near as badly as I used to. 100%. So to see the number on the scale was a bit of a surprise, and it's a longer journey now to getting onto that outdoor bike than I wanted it to be. So yeah. Oh, I'm going to move on past that. But today is Tuesday night. I just jumped on the bike. We did the Tuesday trundle, which was awesome. I recorded the intro to this video on Monday morning and then got caught up in work pretty much since then. So tonight's ride was the first time I've been on the bike since the Thursday race. We had my daughter's birthday over the weekend, which was awesome to do the presents again so close to Christmas and see family and friends for that. But I didn't get any time to get on the bike. And then yesterday I had intended to jump on and do the next workout, but work kind of took over the day and it's been a really busy day today as well. So yeah, today's the first ride I've been able to do, and hopefully I'll get the time to jump on tomorrow and get that workout done. So fingers crossed. And I'll come on to my New Year's resolutions in a minute to talk about, the weight and some other stuff. But let's have a chat about yours. I mean, I had so many responses in the video comments on Facebook and on Discord. And I thought about trying to put these in some order and group them together, but they all sort of mix across each other, so I don't think it's really worth it. I'm just going to read them out and let you guys know what other people in the group are targeting themselves for this year. So the first person we have is Andy Evans. Thank you for your nice comments about the group. It's amazing. It's so great to jump on the number of riders that we had tonight in that group ride is so good. I've already completed one New Year's resolution by finally moving to clipless pedals. Awesome. Just need to get some new shoes. Looking to get the Tron bike, make it into CCAT, beat my parkrun PB, lose 5k, do more stretching, and get back to Pilates and body conditioning classes, and hopefully reduce my meds if the consultant lets me. That is a lot of targets you've got for this year. I don't know how far away from some of those you are. I don't know how far away from the Tron bike you are, but I mean, considering, yes, I'd done a few kilometres climbing before coming back to the bike in February last year. I managed it, so I'm sure you can too. Interesting discussion on bikes, and a lot of people actually mentioned and talked about the bikes because I brought that up in the last video. And he says he's keen on a bike at some point, and it's nice to have a bit of adjustment like you do have on the Kicker in particular. Lost interest in cycling on the road as he used to commute and had too many near misses. That is one thing that has come back to me, my mind, since signing up to do Ride London, is having to go back out on the road. I was a pretty confident rider when I used to ride on the, I wasn't a good rider, but I knew where to put myself and, never really worried about it. But it kind of changed when I had my daughter, and it's definitely something that I keep in my mind when I'm going out on the road or planning to go out on the road in the future. But thanks for letting us know those targets for this year, Andy. Next up, we've got Mike Webb. Going to start weekly weigh-ins and get right on it this year. Go for it. Hope to get many more rides in with the T2.5 group and help motivate each other. 100%. That's exactly what this group does, is the motivation. It gets me on the bike so much more often than I would if I didn't have you guys. So I thank you, and everybody else use that as motivation too. Daniel C. Marks, I have a few goals. Firstly, lose a few kilograms with more regular riding. Get back to riding about 2.5 watts per kilogram, same target as me, or maybe into the C's, that's almost the same thing. Unlock the Tron bike, and finally, most importantly, look after my body a lot more. Drink more water and less alcohol. Weirdly, I don't drink anywhere near as much alcohol as I used to. I've never been a big drinker at home, but when I went out, I really went for it. And yeah, haven't done that nearly as much, clearly, in the last couple of years, but I'd say in the last sort of 5 years. And I've also cut things like Diet Coke out of my diet, so most of what the liquid I drink is water. Recover appropriately after exercising with stretching. That's another thing I started to do this year when I came back in February, is make sure I stretch after each ride. Probably not detailed and important stretches, but I do just loosen myself up a little bit. Use other methods to enhance a healthier body, like yoga, massages and chiropractor. I physically abused my body by receiving a number of severe sporting injuries in the last 30 years. I need to look after my outer shell more so my inner self feels better about itself. Yes. Oh, and I like this last bit. Can you review these statements next year? That I'd love to. I'd love to come back to these next year and see how everybody's getting on. It might be a little bit difficult to organise to get everyone's responses to what they said this year, but I think that'd be an awesome video to do this time next year and review how everyone's got on. Michael Sasha, I am between 105 and 115 kilograms and have the Kicker bike. So this is about the bikes. It's a good piece of kit and you will love it. Have done every route on Zwift and it's been great. The tilt function is good, but during workouts it's not activated, so you can manually move it. That's good to know. Someone else out there who's on the not as big as me, but on the bigger side, feels comfortable on it. That's good. So I'll keep that in my memory for when I'm looking at potentially needing to change. I still don't know whether I'll go for another trainer to stick on this bike or go for the whole thing. Who knows? I'll decide that at the time. Jonathan McD, my goals after a completely shocking 2021 were nearly all my 3,500 kilometers were done from October. That's pretty good going. Is to get back on more consistent cycling schedule. I used to ride every day with a commute 5 days. I don't know what stopped that commute, but I would imagine there's probably quite a few people out there in the world who used to commute to work, and with the whole working from home and not going to the office as often, I would imagine quite a few people have lost that ability. Maybe that's a draw of Zwift getting people on and riding when they can't get outside. Riding Zwift until March, targeting 800 kilometers per month, losing 20 kilograms to bring me back close to 100 kilograms, and upping my FTP and watts per kilogram. Awesome. Great target to have, and good luck with that, definitely. Alistair Spittle. I've invested in a watt bike atom last year due to the size improvement on my road bike on a tax trainer. I guess you mean because it's just a bigger... Is it a bigger machine, I guess? From a size perspective, imagine your bike without the wheels on and you get the idea of the size is okay for you. Oh, so you're saying it's smaller. Yes, and I think that's a draw for me for a bike, possibly. Although, I think my bike on a trainer fits okay over there. And as I mentioned, I think that might be the downside to the Zwift Tron bike. So, who knows when we'll see that one. It's certainly built for heavier riders and a solid machine. That's good to know. It is the bigger, it does look big and chunky, doesn't it? Like you, I was a bit nervous about the Kicker when being a heavier chap, but I'm sure it'll be fine if you're in the weight specs. Yeah, I did have a quick look for the weight specs, but I couldn't easily find what the maximum user weight is, so I don't know about that one. Dave, my goal for 2022 is to have the courage to come on Discord and play an active part of the ride chat that I'm missing out on. Dave, there's nothing to be scared about coming on Discord. You should hear some of the conversations that we have. They're absolutely insane, and actually, knowing you, I think you'd fit in really well into that. But also, you can join the Discord chat and just listen to it during the rides. If you don't feel confident enough to chat, or maybe that's a way in, just come in and listen and then chat when you feel confident enough to. But it's great to have that during the rides because it makes the time fly by. Al Howarth. My New Year's goal is to do 100 kilometres ride outside in the summertime. I like your group ride and race. It's fun, but I live in Canada, Ontario. It is a 5-hour time change, so yeah. that is, yeah, 5 a.m. in the morning isn't a great time to be getting on and doing a race, is it? Keep up the great video. Yeah, thank you so much. Dave Martin, just get yourself a kicker bike. Plain and simple, get to the point. I was just under the maximum user weight when I bought it and had zero problems with it. The tilt function is fantastic and gives some realism to the ride. That tilt function is the one thing that I'd quite like to try. Maybe not even necessarily on a kicker bike, just on a trainer. You can get the riser and other stuff that you can get, but obviously you need compatible trainers to be able to do that, which I don't have. So maybe that's something to think. I'd love to see what it feels like to actually cycle up a hill when going up a hill. But yeah, thanks for that, Dave. 1972 Andy B. I got myself a watt bike Atom back in April. Love it. Very sturdy, and in my opinion, the best looking of the three. It definitely does look the most sturdy. Similar numbers last year to yourself. 151 days, 39,000 metres elevation and 4,000 kilometres. Better than 2020 and hospitalised with COVID last January. Well, I hope you are fully over that now. I'm sorry to hear that it got you into hospital. Longest ride, 108 miles, outside to, from and around the Isle of Wight. Torturous. This year, the plan is to do the tour of Cambridgeshire, 100 mile on closed roads. That sounds awesome. And it's been postponed for three times for obvious reasons. Higher FTP and watts per kilogram. Weight loss would be great. Currently 90 kilograms ish. We'd like to be under 80 and do the Volcano 25. We'll probably put that in and do it again at some point as part of one of our group rides if you want to jump on that one. Not too sure when yet, but keep an eye out definitely. Non-cycling event in May, 15,000 foot free fall tandem skydive to coincide with my birthday with a 0 in it. I hate heights. Well, I'm assuming that's your 20th birthday, and 15,000 foot free fall skydive. Good luck with that. It's something that I might have considered when I was probably in my teens, but I don't know whether I'd do it now, if I'm honest. But all massive kudos to you for wanting to do that and getting over what seems to be a fear as well. So hope that goes really well. Love the group rise and the race I did in October. Hamstring injury flared up. Hopefully that gets sorted when you go and see the physio next week and you can get over that one nice and quickly. So thank you for that, Andy. Roy Imara, 2022 goal is to get up to 4 watts per kilogram and sprint power up to 1,000 watts. 2021 has been transformational for me. Just want to keep it going. Awesome to hear that you've had a brilliant year last year. I don't know what your sprint power is at the moment or what your watts per kilogram, but they seem like pretty big goals to have. So awesome, and good luck for getting to those. Chris Swan, I want the Zwift bike for when I move house for the cave I'm going to make. Oh, I hope you're going to send in some photos when you get that done. Being made from Zwift itself, it should never be calibrated. So we're talking about the Zwift bike and should be the most accurate out there, surely. Who knows? I mean, there's two ways to think about that, isn't there? There's the way that they know their software and they know their system, but it's also the first time they've ever done it. Whereas you've got others out there who've done lots of trainers, lots of bikes, lots of different options. So should you buy the first generation of something from Zwift? I genuinely don't know. That's why I'm interested to see what the reviews are like when they come out. Kicker bike wouldn't be too bad. Seen a heavy rider from YouTube break his bike, and when he spoke to me, he replaced the whole bike without an issue. So at least they've got some good backup there and customer services and all that sort of stuff, which is awesome. So many new faces joining the rides, and it's great to see. 1,000%. I love the fact that there's a lot of new riders coming in, and we want more. So come and join us. Come and join us. Cliff, 0 alcohol. Full stop. Good aim to have from the very start. 35 years of dabbling in that. Enough is enough. Good luck with that, definitely. Refining my six-pack. Nice. Indoor rowing more. Visit gym, weight train more. No more dieting to climb better. I'm reasonably close now. Never have been a climber. Would rather crush the gutter. I'm going to be honest, I'm not quite sure what that means. Get back to studying Italian. I had a kicker trainer. Okay, so that's going on the bike. I mean, there's a lot of New Year's resolutions and targets there, so good luck with those, Cliff. Good luck with the zero alcohol, going full blown no alcohol, and rowing more indoors and refining your six pack. So good luck with that. On to the information about the trainer. I had the kicker trainer, awesome, but the wife, who was different rear cassette, who wanted to use the trainer, made a lot of fiddling. So now have a kicker bike. That is another good benefit, isn't it, to having a bike, because you can quickly set it up for other people. So you've got multiple users. You don't have to mess around with taking bikes off and putting them on. So that is a very good point, and a good, not that I have anyone here, because there's no way my wife would get on the bike to ride on Zwift. Alan Bowman, try to record and get the Tron bike. I don't, do you mean record your rides? Record getting the Tron bike and get the Tron bike? I mean, Tron bike is an awesome target to hit, isn't it? I don't know how close you are to it, but good luck to that, Alan. Stuart Sayer, no resolutions for me, but targets. I quite like that. I think resolutions are those things that just you say and then forget about. I like the idea of having targets. So a crack at the T2.5 hour record sounds awesome. I think you should, and I think you'll smash that one. Everybody else, sign up, link below, see what you can do in the hour record. Get yourself on the leaderboard. Race at the local Mount Wellington Challenge Mountain TT and beat my time of 1 hour 13. Good luck with that one. Finish painting the pieces of a board game that I started last year. I'm halfway at the moment. I'd love to see that. Send some photos. See, I did some, a long time ago when I was a kid, I did some Warhammer model painting and stuff. So I'd love to see what you're creating for your board game. And then maybe another outdoor Everest, this time under 150 kilometers. And hopefully under 15 hours. I mean, that achievement that you did, it was great to jump onto Discord and chat to you. Isn't modern world brilliant? How someone in Australia, Stuart lives in Australia, was doing an Everesting challenge close to where he lives, and we could talk to him and give him encouragement on Discord, sat over here in the UK. I think that's absolutely amazing, and you smashed that one. So well done, and good luck if you do it again. You're crazy. For me, if I've ever done it, tick it off, move on. But good luck with doing it again. Craig, my target this year is to look as buff as my Zwift avatar. If only we could all do that. When we alter the weights on some of our rides that we do, you do look a bit kind of strong and buff, and I don't think it quite puts the weight on in the same ways as necessarily it would go on in real life. Neil, I guess my principal cycling resolution is to free up more time to ride my bike, either indoors or in real life. I don't know how you guys with families and full-time jobs do it, which is why I spent most of my life being a would-be cyclist. Even now, I'm supposed to be retired, my customer base seems to never cease to come up with things they need me to do, a never-ending list of jobs at home that they're looking at. Yeah, it is hard. It is hard, and my start to this year is a perfect example of that. So I go from Christmas, where I had a couple of rides over the Christmas period, fully planned to come in, and then we have my daughter's birthday, which takes up a couple of days, and then you go into a busy time at work. You're trying to catch up with the stuff that happened over Christmas, and I'm into a busy period at work anyway, and things do just get in the way, family life and jobs, and you try to juggle it. Unfortunately, sometimes things drop, and I've been a million times better this year than I ever have been at trying to make sure I get on the bike. I'm just very fortunate that I do have a job that enables me to potentially jump onto during the day if I can, and a very supportive wife who knows what my target is to achieve. So I'm lucky in that respect, so I definitely feel that. My main cycling goal is the Fred Whitten Challenge, which because of family commitments in May, I won't be able to do this year. As I marshalled the event last year, I got a guaranteed entry for 2023. That is awesome, but by then I'll be getting on for 70. That will be an awesome achievement. I don't know much about the Fred Whitten Challenge, but I know it's very hilly and quite long, so I know that is a real challenge. So massive good luck with that, and I'm sure you'll let us know nearer the time when you're getting on to do it in 2023. This year I'll do the Hayden 100 Skyrider again in June, but this time hopefully with more conviction, at 140 kilometers and 2,800 meters ascent It's challenging, but definitely a notch down from the Fred, but useful training run nonetheless. So I'll be concentrating on building strength to get up the big climbs, endurance to last the distance without cramping, and speed so that it doesn't take forever. That's a good plan. Good plan. Bike ride in, and you know what you want to achieve from it. So good luck with that, Neil. Chris Jupp. My primary goal for the year is to do a coast-to-coast ride with my friend from Lowestoft to Land's End, which is 742 kilometres and 6,290 metres of climbing in 4 days. I can just wing that right. Yes. Do you know what? If there's anybody that I know that could just wing that, it is you, Chris. The decision to just jump on one morning and do a V Everesting on the Alpe d'Huez Zwift with no training, with no planning for it, and just get on and achieve it, I firmly believe that you'll have no difficulty with that whatsoever. I think you've obviously got a body that is built for cycling. I want to try and increase my FTP to 4 watts per kilogram and exceed 300 total hours on the bike, which is double what I did in 2021. That is one big target set to do twice the amount of riding hours. So massive good luck to those, Chris. George Evans. I've only been on a kicker bike since September. I want to get my FTP over 300 within the year, currently 243 watts. So to have a 243 watt FTP after only being on a bike since September is awesome. And then you've got a great target to get yourself to 300 within the year. So good luck with that. I'm sure you'll smash it. Keep us up to date on how you're getting on with it. Alistair Spittle. I've seen your name already. Oh, you were talking about the bike, weren't you? So yeah. Hi Matt, after a year of focusing on weight loss, 127 kilograms to 98 kilograms. Huge congratulations. I should have done it. I should have done it. Well done. Using heart rate zone management on flat routes, I want to get to 91 kilograms this year. The right weight for my height. I'd really like to hit 6,000 miles as I just missed it due to a knee injury and losing nearly 4 weeks of serious riding. This year, I hopefully ride more outside and do more interesting routes on Zwift. Awesome challenge to have, and huge congratulations with the weight loss for last year. Thanks for sending that in, Alistair. Colin Moore. New Year's resolutions. Lose 10% of my body weight like I did last year. Cracking effort last year, and good luck with doing that this year. Get back to running. What's running? I don't know what that is. Cycle to work more. Make it to Cat B. Maybe a cheeky V Everesting or virtual 10k. Good luck with those. Let us know if you're doing a V Everesting, because I'd love to watch and give you support. Some great targets to have for this year. So thanks, Colin. And last but not least, Swanee. New Year's resolutions to put more time into having more adventures with the kids and just stress less. What a brilliant way to end. Yes, having more time to spend with the kids is something that I've really tried to focus on this year. Give the time my daughter deserves. For her birthday is a brilliant example. And just enjoy time, because I've realised that she's not going to be this age forever. And I'm never going to get these chances again. So I love that idea. And stress less. I love those as your New Year's resolutions. Thanks, Sonny. And thank you to everybody who sent in your resolutions. I wish everybody the best of luck. I hope everybody achieves what they want to achieve. And hopefully we'll find a way to review these next year and see how everybody's getting on. But do keep me updated throughout the year. I'd love to know how you're getting on with your targets. So thanks for sending those in. Let's move on to have a chat about my resolutions for this year. And there aren't a lot. Some of you guys have got a lot of resolutions for this year, but for me, there's just a few. Firstly, which is not cycling related at all, when I, a couple of years ago, I don't know, about 4 or 5 years ago, I started looking and learning about investment and making sure that I was getting some money put aside for the future, basically, because, you know, whilst in here over in the UK, you kind of get automatically enrolled into a pension at work, which you can opt out of if you want to, but I felt that probably wasn't enough, and I got many years to catch up on. So I did an awful lot of reading about investment, from how to do it to the best ways and the best portfolios to build up. So what happened when COVID hit is I kind of stopped putting any money into those, because I felt that we didn't know what was happening. I'd actually was on the way out already from a previous job, before I got the one that I have now. Luckily, I found a new job during the very beginning of the pandemic, and so I stopped putting money in, and my wife had just started up her own business, and it just felt that it needed to be a little bit more secure. Now's the time. I feel that we're okay. Obviously, we've spent money getting the garden done and stuff, so now is the time to actually start seriously putting money away again for our future. So that's one of my targets for this year. Obviously, I've got some ride targets for this year. Firstly is to get round the course at the Ride London 100 miler. Never done 100 miles before, so that is a big task for me. And secondly, just to beat all of the things that I achieved this year. Do more miles, climb more meters, more days on the bike, and more hours on the bike. You know, those are all the stats that I put up last week. My aim is just to beat all of those this year, and I know I'll be on the right track if I do that. So that's my riding aim. Weight loss, obviously my net effect, I did lose weight last year. Not a great amount in the grand scheme of things when we net everything off, but I have to get down to a certain weight to be able to use my outdoor carbon bike. I can't remember the exact weight limit. It was around the 18 stone mark. I think if I get to about 19, then I will probably jump on and start using it and just be a bit careful with it. But that has to be my aim. I have already cleaned up what I'm eating this week. In fact, somebody recommended to me I don't know, a long time ago, sometime back when I first started this channel, and I really apologise, I can't remember who it was, but they recommended this book to me, and I've read that cover to cover. I read it cover to cover at the time, and I read it again just before Christmas, and do you know what? I've tried every diet under the sun, and I've read every book, and every single book is convincing in the way it tells you how to do the diet. So if you're talking about Atkins diet, or that you basically just eat meat, cut out all the carbs, and it's the best thing for your body because it adapts your body in this way, or any of the 100 other diets that you follow. Low fat diet is the best thing to do because of this, that and the other, and it's better for your body. This has the same sort of feel, but it's not really a diet book in the way that you're told what to eat necessarily until you get to the back. But there's a lot of eye-opening stuff in there that it seems scientifically discussed and proven. I don't know, but and I'm not going to go into it in detail, but I definitely recommend giving that one a read, even if you're just interested about food and what it does to your body. So yeah, I've cleaned up my diet this year already, apart from the weekend just gone where we had pizza and cake and party stuff and birthday meals, breakfast, you know, if you name it, we did it. So that is my plan for the year coming. And one of the big ones for me is a meetup in real life. I want to meet up with some of you guys. Target 2.5 meetup, and we have one in the diary already. Sunday the 20th of March, we're going to be doing a ride around Goodwood motor circuit. They open up once a month to cycle around the racing track, which I'm really looking forward to. It's like, I think it's 6 hours window you can ride during. It's about £10 to get in, but I thought it'd be a great place to meet up because it gives you the opportunity to park your car up, meet up with people, do a lap or two. If other people come later, you know, if you're on a ride that you go off elsewhere, people can't catch up and meet you. But this gives an opportunity for people to come and go throughout the day and just use it as our first meetup, which I'm really looking forward to. Details are on the Facebook group or the Discord channel. So if you're interested in coming onto that, come and join us. But this is probably going to be quite a long video, isn't it? So I'm going to leave it there. Those are the resolutions. Those are your resolutions for this year. Good luck to everybody. I promise you that I'm going to do much better this year. And I know I promised you last year, but I have to this year. I really do have to. But that is the end of this video. If you did like it, do hit like, subscribe, all of that stuff. And I will see you on the next one.